Alright, what's up YouTube? My name is Nicholas and I recently moved from the Bay Area all the way to Norway in Europe. About 2 months ago, I made this decision and today I want to talk about my experience so far, what differences I've seen, the culture shock, and everything that comes with that. Alright, so the first thing I want to discuss is the difference between California and Norway and how the people are. And what do I mean by that? Well, what I've noticed being in Norway so far is how chill everyone is. People are walking at a very, very relaxed, calm pace. People are quiet, they're minding their own business, they're relaxing. And this is a big difference for me coming from somewhere like Silicon Valley where, everybody is trying to make money and be competitive and move at 5,000 seconds a minute. That doesn't make sense. But anyway, it's a huge difference. Like people in California, from my experience, have felt like they're so stressed and they're trying to get to the next place and it's like they don't want to enjoy their life and they don't want to enjoy their time. They're just always trying to make money and get to the next place. And coming here, people are out at parks, sitting in the sun, talking to each other. Cafes are full. And it makes it so much more enjoyable to be in a place where not everybody's trying to compete with the other person. Nobody's trying to flex. People don't care about that. They just want to have a good life and I love it. And the next thing that I've noticed ever since being in Norway is how amazing the public transportation is. Can we just give it up for Norway and how amazing the public transportation is? I mean, always on time, so clean, so many options. You have the tram, you have walking, you have buses, and it just feels like so different. You can literally just step out of your apartment and you have the tram, you have the bus, you have this, that, and it's so much easier to get around. You can go everywhere and it's such a walkable city too. You can walk everywhere you can walk and you don't have to worry about anything, compared to California where you have the BART and the Caltrain, but I feel like these are just a little bit outdated and sometimes there can be some interesting people on there and you also have to be careful and you don't feel as safe. And the Caltrain and the BART, they aren't necessarily the cleanest. Coming here, it's definitely a big difference on how clean and fast and beautifully kept everything is. Here it's like a whole different world. So the next thing I want to talk about, unfortunately I'm gonna have to give this to California. You probably know what this is, the weather. Now the weather in California is unbeatable. Sun almost all year round, 70 degrees, rarely rains. It's just the best weather. It's the best weather. Now here in Norway, I've only been here for the summer. As you guys know, Norway is very far up north. So another thing that's crazy to me is how late the sun sets here. I mean, it'll be like 11 o'clock and it'll be so light outside and my body is so confused because I'm like, shouldn't I be asleep right now? But then it's like I want to stay up because it's light and I think it's been messing with my body clock. I don't think I'm ready for the winter because I've heard in the winter it gets very, very depressing. I heard that the sun rises at 9 a.m. and you only have 6 hours of daylight, which I'm a person who absolutely loves the sun. That's why I loved California. So I think if you realistically want to come to Norway, I think it's great for the summer. But then I think for the winter, honestly, if you hate being in darkness, I think you should probably go to a different country in Europe. Because I also heard that it's cold and you don't see the sun for weeks, which when I heard that, I got a little bit scared. I mean, maybe you get used to it. So we'll have to see how the winter is for me. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about is the cost of living and the social systems. So yes, in Norway, it is expensive. For example, the groceries, the rent, and to eat out or go to a cafe. But I think the number one thing that separates Norway from the US is you get so much back. You get free healthcare, you get free university, which already is a huge plus because as you know, in the US, the college tuitions in the recent years have just been absolutely ridiculous. So yes, you are going to be paying a little bit more for groceries and for rent, but I think it is absolutely worth it if you're getting free healthcare and free education because, that's just such a big plus and that creates a lot less wealth inequality because people have access to kind of the same things. In the US, how it's people are very wealthy and then there's people who are very poor and it's just this huge gap and then you have the middle, but there's a big gap between each three. And here it's people seem very humble and everyone just seems reserved and then again the difference between here and California, especially the Bay Area, is that you pay a lot for rent and eating out and groceries, but you also still have to cover healthcare and education and all that. So that's like a big minus because you're already spending so much. That's definitely a big culture shock to me, and I think it's great to see. It's amazing. All right, guys, so something that's really crazy to me since being in Norway is the alcohol laws. Now, the alcohol laws here are extremely strict. The first thing is that they only sell alcohol on the weekdays until about 8 p.m. And then on the weekends, you can't buy it after 6 p.m. So it's even earlier. So you really have to buy your alcohol early in the day, which feels weird because it's like, why am I buying alcohol at like 1 p.m.? It's very weird, but it's definitely interesting. If you want to buy hard alcohol, you have to be 20 years old, over 20, and you can only go to a liquor store. They don't sell hard alcohol in like grocery stores. The only thing they sell in grocery stores is like beer, wine, which is really interesting to me. And also, if you're 18, you can only buy alcohol that's 22%. You can't buy anything above that. You have to be 20 to do that. So that's also very interesting to me. And the fact that like every store is closed here on Sunday. Like every store, grocery stores, there's only one store that's open on Sunday, and it's called Joker. So it's like a small grocery store. But every store being closed on Sunday is something that I haven't experienced, and it's very weird to me. And again, the alcohol laws. And also, I've tried some different foods that I've never had in the US, and let me tell you, they're amazing. So I went in the grocery store and I tried something called ham and cheese paste, which is like this tube of like ham and cheese, and it's like in a paste, but you put it on like bread and stuff, and it's so good. It's amazing. I want to buy like 1 million and just keep them. The next thing that I loved was mackerel and fish in tomato sauce. So if you guys know mackerel fish, and then it's in this tomato sauce in like a can, and you just eat it straight out the can. It's delicious. Another thing I tried was caviar paste. So it's like the fish eggs. It's like an orange kind of paste that they have it on top of eggs, hard-boiled eggs, which I love too. I just love all the Norwegian foods. Like everything that I haven't tried, I absolutely love trying. They don't have this in the US, so I was like, what is this? Like, you guys eat this? And it's delicious. So if you ever come to Norway, I think you should try ham and cheese paste, caviar paste, and mackerel and fish, which I haven't tried many other Norwegian dishes, but those are like some of the things that I heard that they eat. I think those are like the main things that have definitely been a shock to me so far, or a difference for me since being here for the past 2 months. I've absolutely loved it. I'm gonna continue to love it, hopefully. And since you guys liked the last video, maybe I'll just keep making more videos. Just let me know in the comments. I don't know. But if you enjoyed the video, subscribe. It'd be cool. Hope you have a good rest of your day. I don't know, morning. I'll see you later. Peace.